The Ministry of Health on Wednesday commenced its second phase of its vaccination exercise targeting Guyanese aged 60 years and older. As such, a number of locations were announced by the ministry where persons desirous of being vaccinated could visit to get inoculated. Medical facilities such as the Mambaruma Hospital, the Georgetown Public Hospital, the Sudi Regional Hospital, and the Enmore Polyclinic, among others, have been identified for the vaccination of the elderly exercise. From all indications, it would seem as though the response of the elderly population to the vaccination has been extremely positive. When Nightly News paid a visit to the Enmore Polyclinic on Friday, hundreds of elderly persons were waiting in queue to get vaccinated, and this newscast was informed that turnout at that site has been so overwhelming that in excess of 120 persons have been vaccinated daily over the last 3 days. This newscast spoke with some of the senior citizens to garner their perspective on the process. Shiv Hansraj, who was waiting his turn to receive the vaccine, told Nightly News that at first he was skeptical about accessing the vaccine, but after conducting his own research, he is confident that it is a good step. As such, he publicly thanked the Government of Guyana for the initiative and also encouraged other senior citizens to follow suit.
I think the government is making a very good initiative of taking the step to protect the people and the citizens of Guyana. And I must thank the people of China and also India of contributing, of donating these vaccines.
Jagrup, a resident of Mahaika who was also eagerly waiting to be administered the COVID vaccine, relayed that he chose to access the vaccine because he sees it as highly beneficial to the elderly population since it could save their lives. But while Jagrup is standing firmly behind the COVID-19 vaccine, he opined that the government should implement the vaccination program at all health centers to make it more convenient for the elderly persons to access the vaccines.
They should centralize them at all health centers, because the health center know your clinic history. He didn't know nothing. People are tell life or just get a vaccine.
Wilson Paddycombe was in high spirits after receiving his vaccine and encouraged other persons, especially the elderly, to access the vaccine, which can assure them a longer life.
I don't want to be on the deadline. It is very, very important to everybody. I asking appealing to everybody, elderly, come and get your vaccine. It's very, very important for life.
Indrauti Lawrence indicated that she was fearful of getting the vaccination, but relayed that it was a painless process and she feels great.
Watching the needle and I'm frightened a little, but a bit, make up my mind, take it. So it's better for me, for health. So I'm feeling all right.
Herman Prasad expressed joy that he was able to access the vaccine and congratulated the Ministry of Health on a job well done.
I must thank the Government of Guyana, the Ministry of Health, the Minister of Health, also the nurses for being vaccinated today against COVID. And it is a very good initiative.
The COVID vaccine was lauded by almost all of the persons who Nightly News spoke with at the Enmore Polyclinic, who stated that they see the vaccine as a sure way of protection against the virus, which has claimed the lives of over 2 million people worldwide. 50,000 Guyanese are currently being immunized from a recent donation of 100,000 vials of vaccines, which were recently donated from China and India. The vaccination exercise began on February 11, and Burnett Bernari, a nurse at the Georgetown Public Hospital, was the first person to receive the AstraZeneca vaccine. According to scientific reports, the elderly are at higher risk of both contracting and dying from COVID-19 since they are most likely to be living with comorbidities. Reporting for the AGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.